Morning, Mr. K.
All right, so today we talk about a quote, which is actually one of my friends shared me the quote, and the quote is Netflix doesn't cost 15.99 dollars. It costs your time. Coke doesn't cost 50 cents. It costs your health. Social media isn't free. It costs your focus, or we can say attention here. When something is free, you are the product. This is where I get the topic from. And firstly, I think talk about my thoughts and opinion on this quote. For this one, the first and the second did mention about money, which is like some products or services. They do cost us some dollars. When we are purchasing it. And not only that, we sometimes we get attracted by maybe some special discount, and then we buy something. We get attracted by maybe 11.11, then something is on sales. But actually, beside of uh, the money that we pay for that, we actually need other resources to get that, and it also impacts us not only financially. For example, the very direct one, Netflix, it costs our time, not only the money you pay for the subscription, and Coke also, even though it is considerably cheap, but it costs your health. And then this is the first two sentence, and the third sentence is about social media isn't free. It costs your focus, costs your attention. And for this one, it take away money. It says that some products, they actually products and services, they actually allow you to use it without paying uh, any single cent. You can use it without paying money. But in that case, also you see what you have, what actually costs you to do that. uh, the quote here is like social media, and we actually spend our time, our attention on it. And actually we are contributing something also to it. And this is related to the last sentence, which is like when something is free, you are the product. For this one, I think when something is free, especially services, or a platform, we use it, and then I think for here, you are the product means we are uh, indirectly helping them to make money, because of our contribution. Let's say some social media, we click the like button, we share it, and then we search something, and they actually get our information also when we search something. So that that is also a platform for advertisement. So that they actually make money from that, and then they kind of like selling our information to the advertiser. So this is my thoughts on this topic. What about yours?
Yeah. First thing, I want to ask you a question.
Hmm.
What's okay? First is, do you think this is a good analogy?
um Good analogy. I think it did give some implication, so it is I think it is good.
Mm. Yeah. So what's the implication?
I think the implication can be like, firstly, you need to know what are you paying for. Not focusing on whether it's cheap, it is expensive, it is cheaper than usual. What are you paying for? Which is like, um, you are now uh, allocating your money, or some cases it is free. You are now allocating your time, your attention to something. And by thinking of this question, and you can go to the next, which is like, do you really need it or do you really want it? Do you really need this thing? Yeah, even though it is cheap, it is on on sales. And also after that, you can also think that what is the cost of the thing? Yeah, which is like some cost you money, some don't. But other than money, uh, what what do they cost? Yeah, for example, it can cost your time, it can cost your energy, something like that. Yeah, so these are the implications.
Yeah. Mm, and can you tell me anything that will not cost your time?
Um, yeah, everything will cost our time, but here I think it refers to something more like a product and services. Yeah, it is not like you go and do exercise, you go play basketball. That is not dealing with a product or services. Yeah.
Uh, Netflix doesn't cost you 15.99, and maybe you go watch a movie, it costs you more than that. It also costs your time and costs you more time.
Mm. Yeah.
Mm, yeah. And Coke doesn't cost you $0.5, it costs your health.
Mm.
But other pharmaceutical pills cost you more than that, and it also costs your
Mm.
health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And social media isn't free, it costs your focus. Tell me anything doesn't cost your focus. Your career, your job costs you 8 hours per day.
Yeah.
Focus. Mm. When something is free, you are the product. What do you mean? I'm the product. Mm. Yeah. I'm not sure who tell this, but something I want to know is this code is come from what scenario? It's come from what situation? Is say out. Uh, uh, in what situation? Because uh, to fully understand this, I need to read between the line, and then I need to see what is the previous sentence and what is the next
Mm.
sentence.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. You know, the context, right?
Yeah.
Mm. Yep. Yeah. But unfortunately, today I'm not able to give you that because my friend sent me this quote and I also don't know the source of this
Oh,
quote.
also he just sent me. He just sent you this.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, and why he sent you this?
Yeah, it's I think he saw it from maybe elsewhere, like Instagram or Facebook. Then he had some thoughts on this, and then he wanted to share with me.
Mm. So did he share with you something?
Um, yeah, not really. Yeah, I just give him a thumbs up emoji to reply
Oh.
him.
Mm. Okay, and to me, this is a very standard marketing code. They want to catch your attention, even though you say social media isn't really cost your focus, but this kind
Mm,
of code also costs your focus and costs you more. They try to
mm,
capture attention and try to impress you, and so that the post the people who post this code, the people who share this code, will feel like they are smart. Yeah, they think they are smart, and maybe other people also think they are smart. But
mm,
to me, it's just a marketing. It's just a marketing. Yeah.
mm. Yeah.
Let me explain to you. Everything costs your time. Everything costs your health. Everything costs your focus. Tell me anything don't cost your health. Even though you just sit on the chair, it also costs your health. To lie on your bed, it also costs your health because you are going to die. Yeah. So that, but the question is, how do you economize your time? How do you economize the limited resources you have? Yeah. And I think it is not. it's not wise to just look at the cost, because cost is only one side of components of the analysis. What you need to do is you need to look at the cost and benefit analysis, and then first thing you should look at the benefit. If something has zero benefit to you, no matter is it low cost or no matter it's high cost, is it irrelevant to you. You don't want the things.
Yep.
Yeah. So that you need to look at the value first, which is what you want and what you get. This is the benefit. And what is the cost side? Cost side is what you don't want and what you sacrifice. This is a cost. Right? And when you subscribe to Netflix, okay, to be honest, I will not subscribe to Netflix because it costs me money, and I can, and also I'm not the type of person spends hours and hours in watching movie, in watching drama. So yeah, and sometimes I want to get some entertainment. I would just I can search the drama from internet. Yeah, so for free. So I don't subscribe the Netflix. Okay, but here, what's the benefit you get from the subscription on Netflix? You get the entertainment, you get the joy, you get the pleasure. Maybe you get some information, because Netflix is not only have the drama, okay, you also have the documentaries. You also have some information, educational movie or drama. Yeah, or video. Yeah, so it really depends how you use it, how you treat it. Yeah. Elon Musk subscribe Netflix. Does he used Netflix to watch the documentary most of the time. I don't think he has the time to watch drama. And yeah, and next thing, what's the next thing? Convenient. When you talk about convenient, it actually saves your time. You don't need to go to a movie. You don't need to go to the store to buy the DVD.
Yep.
And then you can just click your phones. Even though you are not a subscriber, you can very easily to subscribe the service. Maybe within maybe within within 5 minutes or within 30 minutes, and you can start watching anything you want to watch. So it's convenient.
Yep.
Try to imagine you need to compare apple to apple. When you say Netflix costs your time, but what you get, what you benefit from, what you want. Let's say you want entertainment, you want joy, you want pleasure, you want information, you want these four things, which is a basic thing. You potentially can get from watching a drama or movie or documentary. And then now, this is the benefit you want to get, right? And what is the cost you're going to pay? Are you going to pay Netflix, or are you going to pay the pay the store and buy the DVD going back to home? Yeah, you need to pay the DVD player manufacturer. Yeah, so convenient here play the role. And then you go out and buy a DVD. It also costs your time. It costs you more time. Yeah. So the cost is actually higher. And then if you use the Netflix, it actually saves your time. It depends on your perspective, how you look at the thing. But here, what I want to mention is you need to compare apple to apple.
Yep.
So from the first principle is you need to understand what you want, understand what you get. This is the most important thing compared to the cost, because if something didn't give you any benefit, no matter the cost, how much is it, even though it's zero cost, you won't want it. Yeah.
Yep.
This is just logic.
Mm.
And the next thing is some of these platform, maybe Netflix also, TikTok. Yeah, TikTok. Many people hate it. Many people like it. Facebook also, many people like it. Many people hate it because they exploit our personal data. So how to say, so violently, and it's kind of like how to say, there's no bottom line. Facebook, or maybe now they call the Meta. There has no bottom. They have no bottom line. When deciding and when facing a choice of utilizing our personal data for their profit. Okay. Yeah, but this is the perspective. This is one another perspective. But I want to say, everyone are facing the same opportunity, the same choice, the same thing, and they use social medias. They use a lot of social media: Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. But some people can use it to make money.
Yep.
Some use it to enlarge their social circle. Some use it to learn knowledge or information, absorb information, catch up the information. Yeah, to read the news. Some use it to record their own personal stories. Some share their thoughts. Some use it to share something, try to attract the like and attract the comments.
Yep.
Yeah. But this is different from share your own personal story, and also it is different from share your own thoughts. Yeah, this is different. Okay. What I mean here is you share something in order to attract the like, in order to attract the comments. It may be just you just want to serve your mental. You just want to maybe serve your maybe your mental, and you feel good.
Yep.
By looking, you got a lot of like, you got your sexy photo, got a lot of comment, got a lot of like.
Yep.
By
acknowledged by other people.
Yeah, acknowledgements. This is what I want to say. Some is for the acknowledgement. And some, or we may say is a confirmation. They want to confirm whether they're still attractive or not. And some use it to criticize others. In Chinese, we have one term which is 键盘侠, translated in English is the people who always declare the war by using their keyboard in the internet. Declare the war with other people by using their keyboard. They are not going to show up in the real world. They will just
with their real identity, maybe.
And they live in the internet. They want to attack people. So they feel good by doing that. So you see, everyone facing the same thing. Everyone using the same tools. Everyone using the social medias, but some can use it to make money. I didn't say one is better than others. Okay, for some it is. And for some use case, I think maybe it's just a waste of time. And especially the last one, you use it to criticize others. I think this is not good, because first thing, you waste your time, and then what you are doing may shape your personality. What you are doing is attitude to you, self-perception theory. You may change your own behavior subconsciously, and you don't know about it. Become the person you don't want to be. So the thing I want to highlight is understand what you want. So you really need to understand what you want, so that you can find something that can provide you the benefit, right?
Yeah.
If you don't know what you want, and then how do you know? How do you rank? How do you judge the benefit to you? How much value of the benefit to you? How much the cost of the thing to you if you don't know what you want?
Yes.
You just look at what people want, and then you think this also you want. This is also what you want, and then you apply the cost and benefit analysis on that. But do you really want to think?
Yeah.
So first thing is, it go back a lot of things I mentioned before. Understand what you want, knowing what you want. Yeah, so it's a philosophy. It can apply on many area, and then so that you can know that what is the benefit you want, and then you can know what is the tools you can kind of like exploit, you can get the benefit from, and how you can benefit from the things, maybe the technology, maybe the social medias, etc., etc. So this is the implication. The implication of knowing what you want, the implication of knowing the meaning. Know why? Because you also need to know you also need to really understand the thing. Otherwise, you don't know what benefit it can provide to you. And also is an indication of cost and benefit analysis.
Yep.
Yeah, and this is the first part. And today I want to use another perspective to share something. It's also very important, but I seldom talk.
Okay, go ahead.
Which is the intention. The intention actually really matters. What does I mean the intention? Is kind of like how you see the world can affect how you perceive the behavior of others. Yeah. And then it will lead to how you treat others, how you treat the world, how you treat the society, how you find your own values. I mean, your 价值观, your core value, your personalities, and indirectly, it can lead to how other people treat back to you. It can lead back to how the world, how the society treat back to you. If you are doing the wrong things, in long terms, the free market will punish you. If you are doing the thing that society wants, you are contributing to society, you are creating value to society. In long term, the free market will reward you. This is a law of the free market. It's just a law of nature. And how intention play here? If you see the world is bad, you try to do bad things to gain benefit. If you see the world is so good, you want to contribute. Yeah, you want to contribute and make the world better. And you trust people, you trust the world, you trust the society. You believe the world will become better and better. Yeah, so we are not going to use use some other way to create wealth. Okay, creating wealth. We have three ways. We have three ways to creating wealth. First is create. Okay, sorry. Let me rephrase. You have three ways. You have three ways to maybe increase. Yeah, you have three ways to increase the wealth. The first way is you create the wealth by your own. Maybe by contributing, by creating something valuable to the society, by building something for yourself, by working, you provide value to others. People give you the returns, which is called money or some other thing. Maybe you help people give you the opportunities, potential opportunity. They give you the chances. So all of these things is you creating something. You create the wealth by yourself. The second is you steal it. You steal it or you rob it from other people using violence. It also is a way to increase the wealth. Yeah. But in the whole society, there is only a transfer of wealth because you try to steal other people's wealth, okay, and then you try to maybe rob other people. You try to exploit the benefit from other people by actually make them worse. Okay, and this is a negative sum game. It's actually a negative sum game because you make people feel bad, you make people terrible, and then you get the thing, and then you also need to spend the money. You also need to spend time. You also need to spend the energy, and then they also need to spend time.
Negative contribution to the society.
And they also need to spend the time. They also need to spend the energy to prevent this, so that both of you actually have the opportunity cost. You spend the time, you spend the energy in order to increase the wealth, but you are not creating it by yourself. You steal it from other people using your violence. You rob it from other people. You get it from other people using your violence, and then you didn't spend your time to increase the value to the society, and the other parties also need to spend their time, also need to spend their energy to prevent this. Prevent this happening. So you can see the whole society spend their resources into a way to preventing each other, to one side is preventing each other, one side is want to get something while using a violence. So they are not putting the resources, the whole society is not putting the resources on the optimum level. So from the society, from a market's perspective, this is a negative sum game. Yeah. Why? Because the wealth nobody created wealth. Yeah, of course somebody created wealth, but some people grab it using a violence. Those predators, they didn't create a wealth. So okay, if the persons who willing to sacrifice, give up the wealth voluntary to some other people, this is a zero-sum game, right? This is zero-sum game. But when somebody is not willing to do that, they want to prevent that. And when another side of people, they are the predator, they spend their energy, they spend their time to sharpen the way of doing things, to sharpen the technology in order to grab the fruits, to grab the harvest fruits from other people. So in this market, this is a negative sum game. Yeah, but of course, if there's only very little of people, this type of data in the system, maybe the whole system is still positive sum game. But when more and more people are becoming predator, and the system become broken. But here, what the main point I want to say is the way of increasing the wealth. The first way is to creating value. So we are involving in a positive sum game. And the second is you grab it from other people by using violence. This is a negative sum game. What if other people don't produce anymore, and you have to produce by your own, right? Yeah, after nobody willing to produce, you have to produce by your own. This is a negative sum game. You make everybody worse. At the end, you make yourself worse. And the third way is this is only feasible for government, which is tax you. They can create an environment and then maybe make up a law, make up a consensus, and then force you to do something. Yeah. This also can increase the wealth. Or maybe another way is they create an environment, okay, and then ask all of you follow the rules, follow the law, yeah, and then they can print money. They print money, they also increase the wealth because they can spend the money. This is also one of the exploitation. Yeah. So in short, actually the second point and the third point is quite similar. Yeah, but not many people can use the third method. Yeah, this is a high class level of increasing the wealth. Maybe
Yeah,
the
but
third,
I think
yeah, and the third one can also be you put yourself in a position near the creation of the money. Yeah. So you also can benefit from it. Yeah. So that's this is the way to creating the wealth. And then intentions matter, because intentions, if you think the world is like this, the world is just like a the black forest, and then you will try to apply second methods or third methods to increasing wealth. You'll try to climb the ladder to higher and higher, and then so you get a power, you get the authority, or you're near to the authority, you're near to the power, and then you can utilize this, you can leverage this, and then to increase your wealth. Or you become maybe the hacker, maybe you become the robber, the theft, or maybe you become somebody who steal the information from other people, from your company, to sell it to other company, to make money. Yeah. Or you try to become the insider, and then can exploit the asymmetric information. Yeah, of course it's illegal, but you can do that. Of course you can do that. It's your choice. Yeah. So you will use those methods which is not really contribute to the society to make money, to increase your wealth. How you see the world affect how you perceive the behavior of others. You think it's correct, yeah, because you think this is a common sense. You think this is how the world works. This is how the rules. This is how the game plays. But if you think the world is become better and better, and then you think people are great, people are good, people are kind, the leader entrepreneurs pushing the technology and then make the world become better and better. Otherwise, all of us will still in the starvation without the technology, without the entrepreneur utilizing their capital to make the world better. Yeah. And then it can affect your behavior. Yeah, which is the intention. The intention can affect your behavior. Yeah. If you think people are helping you without any returns, then you appreciate, and you try to find some way to help them back. If you have a bad intention, you think, oh, people help you is just maybe they want to have sex with you. For example, some girls, they want to have sex with you, so they help you. And then yeah, it can affect your personality. And if you have a bad personality, yeah, and it's very hard. It's very hard to to really see the reality. Yeah, and also maybe in a lot of time you are blocking yourself from seeing the opportunities. Yeah, of course, I didn't say that you shouldn't aware that people actually want to exploit some benefit from you. Yeah, they help you is because of something. They want to exchange with you something. But don't think others too bad. Yeah, maybe they just want to help you.
Yeah.
And another example is, for example, the entrepreneur. The entrepreneur, the really, really rich guy, they make a lot of donation. You can have one perspective, which is, okay, they establish a donation fund, a foundation, the charity foundation, and then they transfer most of their wealth to the foundation, and then in Western country, because they need to pay the capital tax, they need to pay the capital gain tax. But if they transfer the wealth to the charity foundation, they don't need to pay the capital gain tax. Yeah, and they still can, because the foundation is created by them. They can use the money of the foundation to buy a property, to buy anything, and this is it because this is non-profit organization. They won't be taxed, yeah, by government, and they also can spend the money and claim the expenses, reimburse the expenses to the foundation. They can travel around the country. Yeah, they can say it's a survey. Yeah, but actually they are going for entertainment.
Yeah.
And they can prepare a lot of supporting document that suit the legal, that suit the law, that fix the law, and they'll be okay. They'll be fine. You can have this intention, but you also can put another intention is right. Yeah, they do this for their self benefits, of course, but is it good for the society? They help a lot of people. Yeah, they're providing the help to other people, even though they want to preserve their wealth, but they are also creating a value to the society. They buy a lot of foods to the third world countries, the poorest country, and then those people who are going to die, they save their life. These rich men save their life, and they provide education. For example, look at the sailor. They create a free website, and then they pay the top lecturer to teach you the subject for free. You can attend the course for free. Did he charge you money? No. Did he charge you a cent? No. Intention matter. Yeah. So, of course, you can say, yeah, maybe yeah, he doing this thing is because they want to gain. Uh, in business, we have one term which is called the CSR, corporate social responsibility, and in mainstream business school, they'll say, oh, company doing this is because they want to gain their reputation. Yeah,
good images.
Yeah, good images, and then they can attract more talents to work for them, work for their company, corporation, or they can create an image, and then they can gain more customer, gain more client. You can always say that, but you also can say they really contribute to the society. And you can look at a company, for example, Coke, you say it's unhealthy, but you provide joy to other people. Netflix, they provide joy to you, they provide entertainment, they provide convenience to you. Fast food restaurant, they provide you convenience and cheap. Yeah, in Western country, fast food is really cheap.
Yep.
So intention matter. Yeah. And if you think the world will become better and better, you are going to think longer terms. And you are going to provide your futures. Yeah, because you think the world is become better and better, and then you can focus on creating value. You are not looking at the short term, which is even though I'm providing value to society, I am not able to get it back because of the maybe some authority, they use a power to exploit my wealth. Maybe some hacker, some scammer, and some robber, some step will get my wealth. Yeah. So there's no incentive for me to think longer terms, to provide value for myself and to really create value and make everyone become better, including me. Yeah. So this is the intention.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so for me, okay, I'm the person who always thinks the worst case. Of course, yes, sometimes I fall into worst case thinking, worst case scenario thinking, bias, because I always think the what can happen. Okay, but I also think that, and I also trust. I 100% certainly trust the world will become better and better. Yeah, and this is also something I shared before. In what conversation I forget already. I think it's about I forget what is the conversation, but in the conversation we mentioned.
Is it about environment, the world?
Not environment. It's quite far. It's quite far from now. Maybe 6 months or more than or more time from that. I think it is about the job, about the work. And I say that, yeah, right now we spend more and more time at working, okay, and it seems like our time, we have never worked so long. If you look at the global, and we have no time for ourselves, and it seems like there's no ending, something like that, okay. And but there's also something good. There's also something good. Yeah, I think the if I'm not wrong, is it's something like the reality, or it's like the real world, and what's the most what's the most precious thing to you, or how do you see the world in a positive way, is something like that, and what you appreciate from the world. Yeah, it's something like this. I forget the exact sentence, the exact topic, but something like that. It's regarding the world, and it's something like some positive things in the world, and also we have another topic which is the negative things in the world. I'm not sure we actually mix them into one topic, or we actually separate them into a different topic. Yeah, but for the good one, I say that, yeah, the information become widespread, and every people can get the same information almost at the same time, and then we have the communities, and communities can fight against with the central authorities, even though some government gain more and more authority and some corporation gain more and more authority, but we can form a community to fight against them. We can voice out. We can voice out our voice. And also, we can learn the knowledge. We can learn the information. And it's not like 50 years ago or few decades ago, and people can hide information. And we have no way to access information. No, at this current this current era, we can access the information very easily. So that people become smarter and smarter. People equip themselves with knowledge, with wisdom. So the world will become better and better. And we are more we are on the direction we should accelerate acceleration acceleration of finding the truth. Because more and more information, and we can have the debate, we can find out the truth. And it also lead to more and more information because you have the foundation, you have the basic, you have the fundamental, which is a relatively true, and then you can use it as a starting point and find more truth. And then the world will become better and better. This is something I mentioned in that video. I'm not sure whether you can recall the memory. But the point I want to make here is I'd rather be an optimistic. I'd rather be an optimist than a pessimist. If you have to let me choose, I'd rather be an optimist. I'd rather keep my characteristic of optimistic rather than keep the pessimism. And you want to become the person who understands the risk, who understands the obstacles, and who really know it's really hard to do. But is it worth to do? If this is worth to do, and you have the courage to cross over the obstacle, to face the risk, to take the risk, and pursue the thing you want, or pursue the thing you should do, to do the thing you should do. So go back to the attention. Go back to the intention. Appreciate the things come into your life, especially for those things is free, abundant, and highly valuable to you. And this is so valuable, even the empire centuries ago also couldn't get it. The king, the empire, the queen in the centuries ago, they have most of the wealth, but they couldn't get it. They couldn't have a chance to use a social media. To see the movie or something like that.
That is an example of how the Confucian, right? Even though they have a super high authority, right? The king and majesty. But because of that, the society didn't really get the optimal, something like that, right?
No.
You mean the technology things, right?
Because the empire, the king, the queen can also do the very, very good thing. But the technology is still it need time to evolve, right? We also need time to evolve the metaverse, the VR technology. We also need time to evolve the AI, right? We also need time to evolve the solar to make the energy really, really free, and we can save the environment. So it takes time. So the point I want to make here is about the good intention. Yeah, grateful for that. Yeah, you have a chance to access those product and service that the empire, the king, the queens, who have everything, who have almost the world of the life of the wealth a centuries ago, but they couldn't get it. You get it. Yeah. So appreciate it. Don't say something like this thing is free. Nothing is free, something like that. And you are the product. You are not the product. Yeah. You are not the product. So the entrepreneur wants the world become better and better, and they believe the world will become better and better. And then they invest so much money. They take the risk to start a business, to provide value to society.
Yep.
And social media is the result and product produced by the company and so many talents engineers. And then they kept improving the user experience, try to give you the best product and services. Although you can say so the competition, they have to provide you the best thing. But with a good intention, you shouldn't do like this. You shouldn't think like this. Yeah, you shouldn't think, yeah, this is their job, something like that. You shouldn't think this. You should have a good intention. You should have a good intention.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they keep improving the user experience, try to give you a best product. Look at Facebook, keep improving, keep improving. Now people can use the Facebook platform for free to make money, to sell something right. Yeah, and it provides the opportunities of making money, doing business. Look at Alibaba. Look at Alibaba. Yeah. You may say, yeah, Alibaba, Taobao, cost your focus. Even though the product is cheap, but cost your focus, cost your time. You are the product because you are the field. You are the field which is your personal data feed the algorithms and make the algorithm become better and better, and then make the Alibaba earn more money. You are the product. You can say like this. But you also can say, I'm able to buy a cheaper product and more convenience, and I can buy the product that I couldn't buy before. Now I have so many
maybe
choice
because of location, right?
Yeah, you can buy almost everything. Yeah, you can buy almost everything. If you are in China and you are using the Taobao, and the logistic is so efficient.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So having a good intention.
Yeah.
And grateful for that. And it is wise to cultivate the gratitude. Because it also can increase your happiness level, increase your long-term happiness level. And also, one thing I want to add in is there is something called win-win.
Win-win situation.
And play the win-win game. Playing the win-win game is the one of the implication of having good intention. Yeah, this is something I want to share.
Yep. Yeah, I think your sharing is really good, and it's kind of like the missing puzzle of my thought. And yeah, at first, at the beginning, you came up with benefits. Yeah, I think just now my mind focused too much on the cost, and yeah, really benefit is like the other side of a thing when we compare whether it is good or bad. And my thought is that it seems that everything has the bright side and the dark side. And if we focus too much on the dark side, maybe we forgot about the bright side, and maybe we uh, didn't didn't enjoy the benefit of it, and then we keep having maybe some bad opinion on something. Then
complain.
complain or blaming or criticizing, yeah, anything. And yeah, that is not the optimal. Yeah, actually, you're right. Even though something maybe their intention is bad, but we can also not affected by it so much. Yeah, by switching our focus on the balance. I think at the same time we need to be aware of the dark side. Just like the quote today, we need to be aware of the cost, but at the same time we need to uh, focus on what we can get from that and the benefits.
Mm.
Yeah.
And one thing I want to add in is, for most of the company, they actually have to have the mindset to make themselves in a win-win game. Most I mean, especially for those very, very successful company like Amazon, Facebook, Google, Tesla, of this company, and you can ignore some small company or some maybe some intermediates sorry, I'm not saying intermediates didn't creating a value. For example, bank, it did provide some value, and some other intermediate, for example, the agent, real estate agent, they did provide value. But some of the intermediates, they actually are the pessimists. So what is it called? The 寄生虫. Okay. If I'm not wrong, it is called the. Let me check the vocab first.
Okay.
Parasite. Sorry, parasite. They are the parasite in the system, in the industry. So with them or without them, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So one of the example, although this is not a very, very good example, because the company still did provide some value. The example here is a Visa and MasterCard. They're charging the matured the matured like 2% in some developing country, it can up to 8%. 8%. Yeah. And some country 2%, some country 3.5%. It depends on your strength of your currency. Yeah. Although they have to have the fees in order to cover their currency risk, to cover the maybe interest rate risk, a lot of risk, credit risk. Yeah. But it's just you can say in some circumstances it's just a parasite of the system.
What do you mean? Do you mean that we can have better methods, like some decentralized methods?
Yeah, maybe in future.
Yeah, but I think this is something like in the transition they are also providing value, right?
Yeah, they are providing value. So I did say this is not a very good example. Yeah, but
maybe
like just give you kind of like an example, mindset and analogy. Company can be a parasite of the system. Yeah, but I didn't say Visa and MasterCard must be the most evil parasite in the system. No, they're providing value. And look at their market caps. If they are the parasite, they can't really grow to that market caps. And also, they are actively using the blockchain technology to preserve their status. Although you can say it's forced by the market, right? It's forced by the market. They have to do this. Otherwise, some crypto exchange will actually outperform them. But you also can have a good intention to say that, yeah, they want the world become better and better, and they are willing, they aware that, and they're willing to innovate that, and then to reduce the fee and also reduce their currency risk, and then maybe they can earn more money, and the some of saving will go to the merchants and eventually go back to the consumer. Yeah, and just now what I want to say is most of the successful company, if you look at maybe the top 100 company, they are actually try to place themselves in a win-win situation. They try to provide value to others. If they don't have that mindset, they can't really become so successful, because you can only think the short terms. You can't really think longer term than that, and you will not invest so much money into a business. It involves risk, If they couldn't see the potential of the industry, how can they convince themselves put so much money in the business?
Yeah.
They have to convince themselves, and then what makes them convince themselves? Because the world become better and better, become more efficient, and they believe they can provide better value to the society, maybe through a better product or through a cheaper product, or both. Look at the phones we are using right now. Smartphones keep improving, and price become cheaper and cheaper. Are they evil? Every 6 months, each of the phone manufacturer, every 6 months they introduce a new model. They kind of like what you keep buy.
Yeah, this is something they plan for that, right? Your products will become outdated. You have to buy a new one.
Yeah, you can have a bad intention, but you also can have a good intention.
Yep.
And also this is the reality. The reality is they have a bad intention, and then they try to make you worse, and then you try to cheat yourself, rationalize yourself to see they are good, to think they are good. It's not the reality. The reality is they are also contributing to society. They are playing the win-win game. The whole society benefit from that. Yeah.
Yep.
It could be benefit from their competition. It could be benefit from their innovation. This is the reality. You have to look at the reality. The reality is the world become better and better, and they make the world become better and better.
Yeah, I got it. It is just like tricking our brain to believe. No, right? We look at the bright side of the reality.
And it's not only the bright side. It is the most true reality. Yeah, it's the most true reality.
Yep.
I mean, for some company, of course, you also can of course you can find some exception. Of course, you can find some exception. Just like what I say, some company really the parasite of the system. Or some industry, the whole industry is a parasite of the system.
Yeah. And just now talk about the smartphone case. Yeah, I think it is quite interesting that economics, the economics, or maybe you can say the free market, interestingly, they kind of support those, just now we mentioned, like they plan to make something obsolete, and maybe after half year or a year, you have to buy a new one. And actually, this is well supported by economics, right? Which is like if something don't have a very long lifetime, then you have to buy it every year or every half year. Then the economy runs, right? If they produce something, which is like you can use it for 10 years for smartphones, 20 years, then you can find that the company maybe they couldn't make money from the economy doesn't run. Yeah.
This is not how I see the economics, because you see, they save the money, they didn't spend the money. The money is safe. The money was safe. The money wasn't consumed. But if you give you one example, there's a house and a child pass through the house, and then they see the house has a window, and then the child grab a stone and then throw to the window. So the window the window was broken, right?
Yeah.
And then the house house owner had to buy another window to replace it, right? Of course, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then can you say that the child actually contribute to the economy? Contribute, because otherwise the owner will not replace the window and then the economy cannot run. Will you say like this?
This yeah, it's better to say that if the company make the glass unbreakable, never broken, then it could have a problem which the economies couldn't run. For
No,
his case,
no. They are the
um,
same logic. They are the same logic. You see, let's say it's just external. It's just external factors to make the window broke, to make a window break, or the internal factors, which is a company build a weaker window to make it break earlier. It's just, it doesn't matter. It didn't change the fact. It didn't change the fact that window has broken. It suits the pragmatic theory. So no matter what caused the window break, the window did break. No matter what make the phone obsolete earlier, the phone obsolete earlier. Do you get what I mean? So you means because you cannot let the economy run, right? This is a result caused by that. These are consequences from the window, from the broken window. This is a result. These are consequences from the obsolete of the phones. But you don't see the thing like this, right? Because it seems like so unbelievable. How can a child break a window and then it contribute to the economy?
yeah.
And what is the insight? Insight is something unseen. What you can see is there's a broken window and then the owner replaced the window. So that means the owner did spend the money. Otherwise, the owner will not spend the money. But if you think another way, if the owner don't need to repay, if the owner don't need to replace the window, the broken window, he can buy a suit, a very beautiful suit. He can go traveling. He can do any other thing. He can invest back into their business. He can install an air conditioner to their tenants and let their tenants live more comfortable. He can use the same amount of money to do any other thing. He can save it. He can invest it. The money is still there. But if you broke the window, the landlord, the owner need to spend the money on the window and he couldn't spend the money on other things. It's also same as the example you make. This is not the logical way to see the economy. Of course, many mainstream economy, many mainstream economies, they have a full idea. Yeah, they are the parasite of the system. Their job, their career, totally are the parasite of the system. Those mainstream economies.
Yeah.
So
So
anything
right.
like,
Yeah. I don't have. How about you?
Yeah, I finished my sharing.
All right. So talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah, talk to you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Goodbye.